All right, folks, welcome back. Game number 3 for the WCS Europe qualifiers in this best of 3. We just had a really epic game out of Stephano, and if you guys ever wondered why there was hype around that guy, now you know why. That being said, he is streaming his point of view, and if you want to watch it, I highly recommend getting his first-person point of view, but do not bring spoilers back to this stream, please. It's the quickest way to get yourself banned on the channel, and I don't like having people banned on our channel. That being said, spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, he put a pretty strong early game on. We'll see if we can replicate it again. It's going to be Snovski.
In the top left, as the pink Zerg, it's Stephano.
Again, repping that meltdown bar. I think, was it MC? I think it was MC he did that event with, right? Where they invited them and they had like the drinks and like you could vote for who would win by buying their shots and stuff. I thought that was such a cool idea. And I'm a little bit shocked and sad that no other, I guess, venue has tried to replicate that. But Stephano, you know, rockstar, playboy, whatever you want to look at him as, he's kind of like the Tony Stark to an extent of StarCraft players. But man, he really brought it to that last game, and I love that we didn't even see the question of Swarm Host. He knew exactly what he was doing. He got the Hydras, he had that wall of spores, and through all of that, you could question like Snovski's aggression. Should he have done this X versus Y? I really think Snovski did maybe over-dedicate a little bit, but outside of that, the attacks were well executed, the positioning was good. Stephano just had a really great defense.
I think Snovski would look back at the game too and think that, you know, he could have waited a little bit longer, maybe afraid that Stephano had a bigger bank than he had. You know, because he had to know that he was on 3 bases that entire time. He was constantly denying a 4th, and I don't think he checked for hidden bases, like how many hidden bases you really get on Echo, but if you just assumed that wasn't going to be the case. I mean, if he had just waited to take a defensive fight, gotten like a really good like Immortal Archon account, like the feedbacks would have gone down on the Vipers as opposed to like having to blink forward to try and snipe them off. The Ultras would have been behind like Pylon SimCity. I mean, there's just, I think he got a little too caught up in thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna 2-0 Stephano. Like, look at this damage I'm doing.
Yeah, that's where you like start waving your hands like in your face to fan it down, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Right, exactly. And I don't think he'll be making that mistake again. But will he get such a great lead in the beginning again? You know, like that game started off really well. It was surprising that Stephano held and that he won in the end. But he did get a good like lead, both like an actual like drone counts, you know, keeping Stephano off that 3rd base mining at least, and he did kill it once. So that's right. And then just, you know, was controlling the game. It was Stephano just barely eking out like these perfect, you know, attacks, and, you know, just barely not losing enough and barely being able to hold on. I don't know if Snovski can replicate that.
Well, he's gonna chase the probes off. I mean, it's denied mining, as silly as it is, for 4 lings. Might get a probe or 2. I mean, maybe that was the magic, right? You're like performing some voodoo. You need like arm of probe, leg of zealot, so he's able to mix into the pot for the early game, make that magic happen. Voodoo, voodoo.
He's going into a Stargate again. I mean, it's not likely, because usually if you fall to one Protoss all-in, you're not going to fall to the same one. But I guess it's like the 2 racks and a 2 racks and a 2 rack mentality too. I don't know. But the thing is, like, if Snovski won that first game because of the same all-in, almost wins the second game for the same all-in, would you go again for the 3rd one?
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of suck that we missed out on map number 1. It would have definitely given some, I'd say, insight as far as what Snovski might be thinking right now. But Stephano gets 2 probes for 4 lings, so I mean, it's a pretty decent trade. Got a good scout off too, and it is so far the same situation as far as the opening goes.
Yeah. Well, this time we do have the gases taken, and unfortunately Stephano doesn't have an overloaded position. I guess that's better, of course.
Well,
I think he
kind of didn't last time either, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he did, and he just didn't remember.
Yeah. Clearly he was very concerned about his supply, right? And had he gotten supply block at a crucial moment, it would have lost. I don't have a good reasoning for it, but yeah, you're right. He's not going to get good scouting this time as far as information goes. But the Phoenix will probably reveal itself in none too much time. Now, my question is for this: once he realizes it's Phoenix, do we still have that same Ling flood? I mean, the Lings were very important to the way they were trading out with the Zealots and holding the Stalkers back. Or do we maybe see a couple more Queens invested in early on? I mean, obviously they'll transition into the late game if you're looking for Ultras and Transfuses and all that. But more to the point, they can shoot up.
But we have double upgraded Lings. Ooh, very nice. He may be thinking that Ultras were the way to go. They seemed...
Well, I think it's...
They worked out.
A little too early to be thinking of Ultras since he has got drones on 40. Definitely concerned with the Lings for the time being.
That's true. But, you know, double upgraded Lings, they could go to just into Roaches as well. They could go into Ultras. They could just go into Well, a lot of things, really. It doesn't mean much until I think he gets the 2-2 as well for those lings, and then I'm going to start talking about ultras again.
Here we go, though. Those heavier queen counts already paying off. They got one of the Phoenix, another one basically dead.
And it could also... I mean, you brought it up, right, where some people are bold enough to go into Spire Corruptor, even after seeing a Phoenix opener. Stephano never really struck me as, like, he's not like a Jadong, right, really, like, Muta. He was always known for Roaches and Storm Hosts. I think he could add it in.
Muta everywhere, Muta everywhere. No? Don't like the booty song?
No, I like it, actually. That's what I sing when I play on Booty Bay. I mean...
Okay, well, that's another conversation for another time. But the Queen's spreading the creep tumors. The Queen's again going to be able to help chip away at the Phoenix. And this is already a very different game for Stephano, and in a very positive light. Last time he kind of struggled to keep the third up. He didn't really have room to drone, but he is droning quite a bit. He is picking off some of the Phoenix. He's driving this army back, and he's got creep spread and map control. And of course, let's not forget, the other big benefit to having this creep spread, it's vision, it's speed, but it's also places you can't put the pylons down. So if Snovski did decide to say, you know what, here's the robo, let's throw down 7 more gates, where are you going to put the pylons?
Yeah. Now, Stephano did stop making drones at 51 right now. He's investing in a +2 carapace, but I don't know about the +2 melee. We'll see in just a second. But he's getting a ton of lings. Behind this, a Roach Warren. And these lings, they should cancel this Nexus. I don't know. There's going to be like 30, 40 more on the way, too. Yep, 60 more, in fact. Like, he is going to get this Nexus.
Well, the sentry's also in very grave danger. They used a lot of their force fields just to donut in that one time, and yeah, cancel goes down. Great moves out of Stephano. That +1 weapons upgrade. We always talk about it being so good to chip down buildings. Yeah, even if the pilot doesn't go down, he might focus down the debris field. I mean, 3 more sentries coming in, but the links starting to slip on top of the ones that are already here, because on top of the new sentries, force fields be damned, because he's going to lose what little there is in the main. Not enough energy on these Phoenix, and the Colossus gets stalled out. That pylon deny.
God.
Cybercore going to go down. I think Stephano, you know what? He's done it. I'm just going to say it now. That Colossus is not out. It might not ever get out, despite this ring of pylons, and even if it does, it walks into the clutches of the links. Snovski's actually walled his own Colossus. Like, even if it were made, it's not gonna. It couldn't escape. It wouldn't be able to kite the links. It would get stuck in its own pylons.
Dark Shrine. Oh my god, though. This looks like it is going to be it. All the probes going down. The probes would overcharge. It's actually active right now, but it's barely helping out. He takes it.
Alright, GG. This, of course, will lead Stephano on to fight against a player named